Hello, everybody. It is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool, and I am super excited to show you the train station dramatic play unit. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you all the things. So you're going to kind of take a tour of the train station, like dramatic play center. And then as I go through it, I'm going to show you all the different ways that we are embedding learning into their play, whether it's literacy, math, science, STEM, social studies, social skills, fine motor, all of it. We're just going to sneak it all in there and embed it in their play because we know that learning through play is the most powerful and impactful way that students learn. But if you don't do it intentionally, it's not going to be there. So this is such a cute unit. Like, look at that. I mean, it's so awesome. And all of it's in here. So this is the unit. All the printables are in here. So all of the things you see are in here. Labels, the bunting banner, everything. Also, I love the new thing that we're adding to this bundle. And then once we're done with this bundle, we will go back to the other dramatic play bundle and we'll make this for that. But there is a planning web. There's a planning web in the other bundle too. It just looks a little bit different. It's more for the teacher, whereas this you can also share with parents and families and admin. But it shows you all the different ways that we are sneaking learning into their play throughout the center. But here is what I know that you love the most about these. Sorry, I was backwards. So it has photos of everything. And that way, you know how to set it up in your classroom. I give you all the tips and tricks so you're not going out and buying all of the bazillion props. You're making things, students are making things with boxes. So fun. Now, one thing about the train station, and I know a lot of people are going to ask, is this Polar Express? You make it what you want, just like with a lot of things in my curriculum. You know your students, you know what works well in your classroom, what doesn't. So if you want to do train station for the holidays, at the end, I'm going to show you how to make it into a holiday train for the winter holidays, Christmas. I'm going to show you how to do that. But train station is a great also to do when you're doing transportation at the end of the year, when it's right before break, or maybe a lot of students are traveling, or maybe you're learning about places around the world, because trains is a mode of transportation. So you can go to different places. So don't think that train station is just for December. You can use it anytime. Again, during transportation, if you're learning about like places around the world, if you're doing maps, this is great. So don't think it's just Christmas, because I have it set up as it is. It's not Christmassy. So at the end, I'll show you how to make it even more Christmassy. So are you ready? I'm so excited. We're going to jump right in. So here it is. Let me back it up a little bit. Okay. Oh, that was my little chair I was sitting on while I was talking to you. Okay. So here is the whole thing. So that's the holiday part. So we have our tunnel, and then you can see the tracks. And this is like the front of the train. And these are just boxes. I actually bought, this one's an Amazon box. We have our coal car. So this is the engine, coal car. So we have the train, which I'll show you all of it slow. We have our train tracks. We have luggage tags. We have our little checkout center. Oh, and then the inside of the train cars. And again, I'll go through all this slow, but here's kind of the general tour. And we have our arrival departure board. We have our refrigerator is now the conductor's equipment closet. And I'll show you that too. And then we have our vests. This is a tablecloth, just a brick tablecloth. Now, if you don't want to do a brick tablecloth, cover the walls with red, or put red butcher paper on the ground and have students paint brick lines. So have them paint straight lines across, or maybe you're going to paint the straight lines across, and then maybe they're going to paint the lines going down. Great fine motor, or great gross motor, which is your upper shoulders and arms. But you can totally have students make the brick. Here's our kitchen, and then here's kind of the little snack shop, which again, I'll go through this really slow. And then we have, you can't really do trains without having letters and mailing things, because when you're traveling, you want to mail, and we want to sneak in lots of ways to add literacy, and then we have our passports. So I'm going to go through everything. super, super slow so I can show you all the things. So let's talk about the train first. Like I said, these are boxes. This first one I actually bought this is an Amazon box. This is one of those like boards, from the Dollar Tree. And then I cut it so it's a train. And then this is kind of what the front looks like. And I laminated a little light on the front. On the inside of our engine, we have buttons so they can pretend to press buttons, have the train do steam, make it hot and cold, go and stop, talk about the temperature of the train. And then we also have maps in here. So the conductor can trace the maps or the paths on the map. So how cool is that? And there's like landforms on the map. This is included in the unit, and then there's a dry erase marker. Now students are going to get in and out. If this is too tall for your students, make them shorter. I don't have them attached, so if they need to move them a little bit, or maybe you want to space them out so there's room for them to go in that way, that's okay too. I actually cut a hole this way to show you guys that option. And look, the tracks underneath. This is our coal car. It's just paper. So what students are going to do during play is, I probably can't do this very well. We have our coal pile. I'm going to do it this way. So they're going to shovel the coal into the train to power the train. And I only have 3 roles. I did conductor, passenger, and attendant because there's a lot of people that work on a train, but I wanted to simplify it a little bit for our kiddos. And then these are the passenger cars. I only did 2 because I did a bigger box, so 2 kids could probably fit in here. And again, if this is too tall, if they're struggling with this, make it shorter, or you can cut a hole like that one, cut a hole in the back so they can walk in and out, especially if you have kiddos with that need some supports. Maybe they aren't able to climb in and out. That's okay. We need to make it accessible for all students. So cut a hole in these, just like I did that one. And also make as much space as you need going in and out. You can also just cut the side all the way down and then cut across the bottom. You know what your students are able to do, so make it so all your students can get in and out of the train without struggling. We also have our menus in here. And then I put the babies in because, so cute. If you know my trick on the little baby outfits, I always buy they're preemie size and newborn socks. So my favorite because students can take them on and off. And our wheels, if you have my auto shop, you know I like for students to be able to, okay, this one came off, so I need to put that on better. I hot glued it. Sometimes I have to staple it. What you're gonna do is hot glue each piece and let it dry. And then also the trick for this, because that's what happened to this one too, look. The hot glue kind of stuck to this piece. So test out your wheels first. But yeah, so what they're gonna do is take them on and off during play. And another trick too is if they're struggling, take the bumpy side and cut it in half so there's less of this to stick. So I will get that fixed. But yeah, but also, I don't know if you noticed, there's big wheels and small wheels. So the conductor has to match the different size wheels so the cars have the same size. So again, we're sneaking in more math. And I'll show you the conductor closet. Speaking of that, our track. This is printables included. I just printed it on brown paper. You would probably want to laminate it. I didn't, just so it wouldn't be all shiny in the photographs for you guys. But you can make it turn, do whatever you want. If you have room, you can make it go around your center. All right, here's the tunnel. The stone printables are included. This is just a piece of blue, oh my gosh, I don't know my colors. Green butcher paper and black butcher paper. And then I put the stones around it. So it looks like we're going into a tunnel. So fun. So fun. Okay, and then this is our railroad crossing. The students can move it up and down. So all it is it's on a pencil. So there's beans in the bottom of that can to hold it in. This is a black pool noodle. This one is clearly yellow. And it can move up and down. So they can make it go up and down. So fun. Again, we're trying to be real conductors here and explore the real safety signs about the train. So the conductor's equipment closet. These sets I got off Amazon. They have white gloves. You can have vests, you can have hats, you can have as much or as little as you want. Here are the conductor's tools, because when you have a train, you have to maintain it and work on it and fix it. So we have some stuff from the block center. So I have some tools. I have this is an empty paint can with paint brushes. We have our different colors of paint. And then we have our wheels. And again, there are small and large. So they would have to match the wheels to put them in. Again, when you're intentionally planning, you can sneak in so much more literacy and math, because sometimes we're so busy, it's hard to think about all the things. So it'd be like, how can we're going to have tires on our train and they're going to change them out, or wheels. Why not have them be 2 sizes? And then we have the fun sign that is included as well. Here is our arrival and departure sign. So these are laminated, so students are going to take a dry erase marker and write how many more minutes. They can move the clock. It's all on Velcro, so that way it's movable. Are they going to be able to tell what time it is exactly? No, but maybe they'll be like, it's 5 o'clock. And just knowing that 1 is pointing to 5. We are just exploring using a clock. If you're in kinder, you can talk about how, talk about a clock a little bit more than the little learners, like our preschool, pre-K. We're also talking about where is it going next. Now you can do this a couple ways. You can put these on Velcro, so the students can Velcro these on, or you can put them on a book ring. And we have mountains, ocean, desert, beach, city, and the country. So you can go different places. Then we have our map, and they can draw the different paths on the map. So lots and lots of social studies going on right there, social studies and math, and learning about types of land and landforms. Here, and either the attendant or the conductor can fill out the board. So here is the stand. We have our ticket booth, so we have our prices for our tickets. Where did my sign fell off? Uh-oh, here it is, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on, it fell off. Sometimes things fall off, and it happens. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I was like, we have our menu. So we have our train station menu. So we have popcorn, pizza, cookies, cupcakes, drinks, hot cocoa. And then there's also other items. Maybe they need a pillow or a blanket, a stuffed animal, or a book. So the books are down here. So I just put some board books in, because these, if they get roughed around, it's perfect. We have our phones, we have our wallets and purses on here, some maps. So maybe the passengers can also have a map and mark the paths. We have our luggage tags. So these are again included. They're on Velcro, so they can write their name with the dry erase marker and then come over here to the luggage and put it on. I put this one on this one. So maybe this is mom's, or they can write their name, whatever you want to do. And then this is just some luggage that my kids had. You can ask families to donate or borrow any kid luggage they have. And you can also use backpacks or bags. Anything you have will work. And then we also have our train punch cards. So travel 10 times and get a ride free. We also have our tickets. So if they have seat 2, they have to find seat 2. So they would be in this car. Again, lots and lots of math. We have our order form, so they can mark what the passengers are wanting. You can do it on paper, or you can also do it on dry erase if you don't want to have to be printing lots of pages. And then we have our open and close sign, so they can see if it's open or closed. Maybe the train has left the station. And then, as always, we have our number line. I put a keyboard here so they can kind of type in all the different places to add some more literacy, because there's letters on the keyboard. And then the receipt, they cut it and then they write. And again, I put the number line up here. Normally I have it down here, but that way they can type and pretend to, book the ticket for wherever place they want to go. Also, there are blank cards included. So that way you can, if you have places that around your community or town, you can make those. Here are our roll tags, And then you would obviously tape these down. I didn't tape them down yet. These are our passports. So you can do this a couple ways. So you can have a passport for each kid, or you can have them all kind of use them during play. So I laminated the cover, and then I have places and names. Now, are they just going to scribble and draw? Absolutely. That's okay. So there's a whole bunch of pages on the inside. You can kind of see them. And they're not laminated, so they can write and draw on those. And then we have our little mini like postal station. So we have all of the different color stamps. So they're sorting by color. We, if they want to write a letter, there's paper and envelopes. They can mail a letter. We have our address book. So this is obviously not a real girl, or a little girl's real address, but this is editable. So this is in there. So are they going to learn their whole address? No, but maybe they're going to learn some of their street name, or maybe they'll learn part of their address. Again, we're just working on learning personal information. And then we have our stamps and some tape. And they have little trains on them. So fun. And then we have just some family word cards. And there's also a word card for Santa if you want to do it for Polar Express, or like around the holidays. We also have a Happy Holidays and a Merry Christmas. And then we have an uppercase and a lowercase because some of my 3-year-old friends are not ready to write uppercase letters independently without frustration. So those uppercase letter cards are there for them. We have hats and gloves and mittens. If you're doing a train over the summer, you can for sure, instead of doing like winter hats, put in some like summer baseball caps. We also have our baby supplies. So that way these are actually dried out wipes. So there's just a couple in there. And we have just some bibs and some baby food. It's empty, don't worry. Diapers made of felt, some bibs, a little blankie, and we have some babies so they can take their baby with them on their train ride. And then we have scarves I put, and some jackets because, and again, this kind of goes with the mittens and gloves. If they're putting on the mittens and gloves and the jackets and the scarves during play, they're starting to practice putting on all their winter gear, or maybe they're practicing putting on their summer gear. Or you can put slippers or boots in there. Again, practicing all of that is great self-help and fine motor. So put it in there. Here are our stuffed animals, and we have our pillows. These are my own children's from when they were little. So I borrowed those. That's actually mine when I go on a plane. So we use our stuff all the time, don't we, in our classroom? And then we have some stuffed animals, and we have blankets because when we're on a train, maybe it's an overnight train, and they maybe want to take a little nap. So that's really fun. We have maps again because I want them to be using all the maps. Let's talk about all the snacks. So we have pizza. This is a felt pizza set. Also, if you don't have this pizza set, have them paint a pizza on a paper plate and cut it into 4s. Then you have a pizza. We have cupcakes, which if you remember, these actually were muffins from our coffee shop. So shh, don't tell. We reuse and reuse all the things. We have some cookies. Some are student made. That's a Melissa and Doug set. And then we have our popcorn machine. So the printable is in the unit. So you cut it on the lines, and then they just cut across. Even your 3s can do this. And then they're going to scoop and put it in. I just happen to find these little containers. Probably at like a Target dollar spot. But if you don't have these, you can just use regular old bags. So they have some popcorn they can sell to the customer. But maybe they can ask, do you want some butter or salt? Now, you guys know I hot glued it shut. So they can put the salt on, and yes, it's real salt inside. The labels, again, all these labels are included. This butter is an empty hand sanitizer bottle, and it's paint on the inside. So then they would push it down and push it down during play, just like they do in real life. Again, but pumping this is great fine motor. Scooping is great fine motor and hand-eye coordination. And then we have our drink machine. It's a shoebox with a plastic cup taped to the top. We have our ice machine or ice maker, whatever you want to say. And we have some tongs, sneaking in some fine motor. And then we have cups. So we have large and small, so they can say, do you want a large or a small cup? We also have big and small plates. And then here's our hot cocoa supplies. So maybe they want a cup, and then this is empty. There is a label too. If you don't have a container, you can make one with any container you have. Here's our marshmallows, and maybe they want a candy. They can put a candy cane in it. and again, the tweezers, and they can get some marshmallows and their hot chocolate, and they can give it to the customer. Like, you guys, how fun is that? So fun. Okay, and look at all of the fine motor and sequencing and doing all of that. So those are all of the things. And obviously they would put the pizza or the treat on a plate and give it to the passengers. I have just some blue aprons for the attendant to wear. And then the passenger obviously would be wearing the passenger clothes, which would be the scarves or the jackets, the hats. So yes, hold on, let me go around here. All right, now, so that is regular train station. Now, if you want to make it holiday, what can we do? So maybe for your blankets, okay, I dropped it. But instead of having like your regular pillows, maybe put in some Christmas pillows. And maybe you have some Christmas blankets. Put in a Christmas blanket. Also, you can go buy Christmas material or those like tablecloths and cut them up, like not the plastic tablecloths because that would be not safe. But the tablecloths that have like the backing, cut those up and those can be your blankets. That's just one I had at my house. So then you can have some, as a tree, you can have some wintry, move those out of the way, wintry blankets. If you have anything like candy canes, you could put these around and just kind of decorate your center. Obviously you would want to tape them. Maybe you want to put them like right here on the stands, like behind it, you know. Again, you would tape it. I don't have tape, but oh my gosh, my dress got caught on the train. Okay, you got it. Okay. All right, what else can we do to decorate? Okay, so why not put some garland on your train? Again, this is from like Walmart, but you can just grab it, Dollar Tree, wherever. And then you can put some garland on your train. Obviously, you would want to attach it better than I am probably, right? So your students aren't falling. And then you can even put it on your coal car. Whoopsie. Put it on your coal car. And then you can also put it on your engine. Okay. And then for snacks, oh, I forgot. For wheels, you can have peppermint wheels. Like, how cute is that for the wheels on your train? Like, we have our fun blankets, we have our festive garland, and we have peppermint wheels. And then included are like holiday luggage tags. So they could have the holiday luggage tags on their luggage. And then, I mean, you have to have holiday treats. So maybe you have like holiday cupcakes and you have holiday cookies instead of the regular ones. You can also put in holiday cups. Like, again, small and large. These are like the free ones from Starbucks. We saw them in the coffee shop. I reuse all the time. So we have our Christmas cups. And then you can always add Christmas sprinkles as like a popcorn topping or whatever. Again, real sprinkles. It's glued shut. The holes and the lid is on. They can't get it off. So there's that. You can always add your mittens that are holiday. And if you have any like Melissa and Doug or any kind of like store-bought cookie props that are holiday, you can put those in too and switch those out. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this book, but it's called The 12 Trains of Christmas. It is so cute. I love it. It's just great. They have the 12 trains for other holidays too, but this one is great if you're going to do like a train thing for the holidays. And again, you don't have to do the trains you don't have to make it holiday-ish. You can, you don't have to. Again, if you use it obviously in like June, July, maybe you use it in January, maybe use it in February, maybe it's like around your mail unit. That would be good. Or around like Valentine's if you don't want to do post office, maybe it's like a mail train. That would be really fun too. Again, use it during the holidays, don't use it during the holidays. It's totally up to you. Everything is included, so you can use it anytime you want. Maybe some years you do it during the holidays, maybe some years you don't. Again, everything's included so you can make it work for your classroom. All the printables are in the unit. Everything I just covered is in here. And I know you're thinking like, this is really, really busy. Like, how do I get this set up in my classroom? So for example, like when I taught full day, I had 18 kids in my classroom, and I needed my dramatic play open every single day because I needed that space for kids to play at, just because we needed that space so they could all have like a room to play, so we wouldn't have behaviors and they wouldn't be on top of each other. So what you can do is close it for play, but make it open for prop making. So you can see my boxes are all painted. So maybe it's closed for one day, and maybe they're painting all the boxes, and maybe you have this up on the wall and they are painting the brick. Maybe you have it down low. You can't tell, but there's no brick at the bottom, like where the back of that shelf is. That's just my wall. So move your shelves to the edge of the center and put your red butcher paper on, and maybe they're just painting the brick. And then when it's dry the morning before or the next morning, you can put it up there, okay? And then, so maybe it's closed the first day for play, but it's open to create and paint. So they will paint the boxes, and maybe they're gonna paint the brick. Maybe they can help make the popcorn. I know I usually have the, if we're cutting anything or like for the popcorn, we do that during either small group or like a morning table time activity. Again, it's just a fun way to get them cutting, because cutting this can be a really boring activity that's not engaging for kids. But if you say, we're going to cut and make popcorn for our train station, then they're going to be super, super excited. It just makes it into a more engaging activity for kiddos, which means you'll have less behaviors. And then also, it's very full. Your center, this is what my center would look like at the end of our study. So maybe you're doing dramatic play for 2 weeks. I know some people do it up to a month. So slowly add the props. So maybe when you start out, maybe you don't have the hats and the mittens. Maybe those shelves are empty. If you don't like having empty shelves, or maybe your admin or your families don't like it when the shelves are empty, put books there. Whether it's the Christmas train book or just a nonfiction train book, put those on those empty shelves. Okay, so maybe for the passenger, they only have like the scarves and the jackets. Maybe the gloves and the hats and the mittens, they're not there yet, okay? Maybe you're gonna add the hats week 2, and maybe you're gonna add the mittens week 3. And then for all of the snacks and things, maybe you have the popcorn machine, but you don't have the butter and the salt out yet. Maybe you have, the hot chocolate, but maybe you don't have the candy canes out yet. So maybe you add the butter week 2. Maybe week 3 you add the candy canes, or if you're only doing it 2 weeks, you can add the candy canes week 2. And then on the like stuffed animals and the blankets, maybe you only have, you say, oh, we don't have blankets yet. We're out of those. And maybe like week 2, you introduce the blankets. And again, you can have real blankets, or you can use those tablecloths that have that backing on them, and you can cut them up and you can use those, because those you can find at the Dollar Tree. Those are great for that too. And again, everything doesn't have to be full. There's only like 2 or 3 books per thing. It's not overflowing. If that's too many, put, just 2 books in each one. The purses and the wallets, they're only like, I think there's a little backpack and a little purse. And then there's like a wallet and a little baby purse. So it doesn't have to be overflowing. If that's too many babies, take 2 of them out. If that's too much baby stuff, take some of it out. If they're dumping and not playing appropriately, less is more. Like when we have the stamps, if that's too many and they're kind of just dumping the stamps out or just gluing them everywhere, which it's really great fine motor, but if it's too much for them, maybe you only have 2 stamps in each one. And then like at the end of the day or the end of the week, you can fill it back up. So again, less is more sometimes, right? What else? I think that's it. So, and maybe the first week you have it open, maybe you just have the track, and maybe week 2, you add the tunnel and the signal. Or maybe you don't have the signal at all if you think they're gonna use it as a sword or as they're gonna hit each other. Some years your kids will do that, and some years your kiddos will not. It just depends on the class and the makeup of your group each year. And maybe some years, if you do it in December, it's going to be a little more high energy because everyone is out of their normal routines, both at home and at school. And everyone's just a little bit off and a little different in the classroom because kids thrive on routine, so do we. So when their routines are off and like their days are a little bit different every day, whether it's home or at school because they have holiday things they're doing, that's okay. So again, if you don't think something in the center is going to work one year, don't have it in there, and that's okay. There is also a snack menu that doesn't have like the pillows and the blankets on it. And then the snack menus, you can just cut that part off. So you don't have to have all of that in there. Again, you know your kids, you know what they're able to handle. Also, if you have 3s, you're gonna have less stuff than if you are using this in a kinder classroom. But make it work for your classroom. So I hope you guys love this dramatic play unit as much as we do. I can't wait for you guys to use it in your classroom with your kiddos. This one was added to the dramatic play bundle 2. So that's in there. If you own it, go download it again and it will be there. And if you own the curriculum bundle, it is there. And go download that again and you will, or if you own the curriculum bundle, go to the train unit or the dramatic play bundle and download that again. So I hope you guys love it as much as we do. Make sure you guys share on all those social media channels so we can see it and share it out and tag, and obviously post it in the Pocket of Preschool Facebook group because we love to see what you guys are doing. And I love when you guys tweak it and make it your own. And other teachers may like the way you do it better than I have in the unit, or maybe like a little twist on it that you're doing. So share that so other teachers we can learn from each other too. So you guys have an amazing day or night, depending on when you're watching, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.